Hey, what's going on YouTube? Tim here. I decided to post to make a video about balisongs today and focusing on the Maxace line. Um, Most of my recent videos have been about leather crafting, and I figured I'd take a break. I'm in between projects right now, so I decided to make one on another passion of mine, which is balisongs. And stay tuned sometime for archery videos when I can actually get out there and whack a couple arrows when I have some time. Anyways, so my experience with Maxace started off with searching for the Covenant, and I didn't get an original, but I did get an imitation. This isn't a clone here. It definitely was worth what I paid for. It was about 120, 140 less than the original 350 price tag that was on the original Covenant. I did a little cosmetic modding to this. I took off the finish that was on there and kind of gave it like a, it's not really mirror, but I like my balisongs feel a little bit smooth, so I sanded all that down with 220 to 1500 grit. And I also took out the um, carbon fiber inserts that came with this one, and I put in caiman leather, which gave this a whole new feel, which I absolutely love. And um, yeah, I love this one. So having a real good experience with this, and really digging the ball bearing system. There's absolutely no blade rub on this, and you can crank fairly hard on the pivots, and there's hardly any blade play as well on on these, and I'm really pushing on that to get it to move that a couple millimeters there. Oh. Ooh, hard to flip when I'm filming. Anyways, so once I got this, I was really on the lookout for an original one, but they're really hard to come by, and the price tag that people are asking for right now is ridiculous. They want 500-600 bucks for them, and the people that own them tend to really love to flip them, so they're beat up pretty good. But I think they're actually worth the 500, and if I had that money, I'd pay for it. In other news, as far as Covenant goes, I believe they're dropping a batch in June sometime, and you can get like pre-order for it and stuff, but I don't have the cash that they're asking for it right now because I spent money in other places, like on this one. So my next one through the Maxace line was the Scorpius. So super psyched when this came out. It came with the trainer blade extra parts, very simple design. It's much smaller than the Scorpius, or sorry, the Covenant, but still the flippability is pretty good. I would say it kind of feels like a between an old school dog bite balisong kit and a Bradley Kimura, maybe a Kimura 2. If you put those together, that's kind of like the weight you'd get and the thickness in the handles and stuff. And all these are sandwich construction, and they all run on bearing systems. So there's that one, and the slightly tanto blade is, I guess, that's what that would be. It's cool blade style, but really like that one. And my next one was the gauss, which I looked up on Google, like what that meant. And I'm wondering if the only thing I could find was a reference to a mathematician. So I wonder if the person who designed this is like an engineer who has a love for history as well. Anyways, there is the gauss. This one actually has more of the blade style of the Covenant. And I'm referring to this as a Covenant, and I know it's not the original, so please forgive me, those of you out there who, want to kill people who own clones or imitations. So you could see the size difference between these, and the Gauss is slightly bigger, and the blade profile is more similar to the Covenant style. This one also came with the parts and anodized latch and pocket clip. I screwed up. I wanted to get the blue, and I don't know why. Maybe it was their mess up, but I mean, I guess it's okay. But if I could do it over, I like to have the stuff like that match. So in the future, I might pop these out and do some modding on the inserts here as well. And these ones are actually recessed a little bit. And the fit and finish on this one's crazy. Good blade steel and everything. Love this as well, but it still does not flip as well as my imitation Covenant. The last one that I got, which was pretty sweet, because if you watch any video on YouTube or talk to anybody who's in the balisong community, they're always talking about that need to fill the gap between your your Remingtons and your Bear and Sons. Your next, you go from paying $40 all the way to your 51s, which is $230 now, and you can't even get a freaking 6 series anymore for less than $320 or $340, I think, the last time I checked, which is insane. They're great knives and stuff, and I know the price of steel has gone up, but as far as what you're getting, that's an insane price. Now these are about $120. They're super solid. They have G10 scales over stainless steel handles, and it has a sweet tanto blade. And the pocket clip is super simple, also stainless steel. And when you get these, the inserts are bare, and so I decided to go with the Cayman again, and I took some RIT dye and did an orange. I really like orange, even though I know like a lot of knife companies use those for like a color for using like a trainer or safety, whatever. But I think it came out pretty good. And the spacers there are also dyed, as you can see. And what I really need to do is at some point when I'm really happy, because I might go back and sand these down and redo it with the color, is take some epoxy and glue them right to the stainless steel handles, because you could see that the tolerance in this one are not as tight as the Gauss and the Scorpius. But again, the price you're getting for this is a great knife. Flips well. Haven't had any problems with it. Bearing system. It is a little heavy. Which actually makes when it carries over a little faster and stuff, which is good. But yeah, it's not as you can see that gap right there. And I know with people who know about taking balisongs apart and all that type of stuff, that sometimes you need to loosen a screw here and shift this little part right here to get it just how you want it. That goes with like every knife I've had, from the Basculus to my 63 fly tie, and all the other ones I've had. But these ones you don't have to worry about anything. They don't have any scales on them. They just have the titanium handles, which is pretty cool. Anyways, this video is getting really super long now, rambling on and on. But I know people like to get out there and see videos on knives, particularly specialty ones like this. And I'll post soon again about some other things. But thanks for watching, and embrace your creativity. Peace.